All right, folks. Well, that I think was time well spent. One of these days I'll actually run again. Oh, don't you fucking be it. Don't skip. There's no reason to skip. Good. Okay. It is time to take a look at the Black Lake. And see what Heimdallr said about it. Hopefully Astari will have covers for the Foundry. Hey, thank you very much for the follow, Nerdy Drunken Monkey Goblin. I'm Demon Gun, this is TaleSpire. I just took a look at a bunch of new and updated plugins and mods. Now I think I'm going to take the first shot at seeing what we need to do to the Black Lake to get it up and running. Oh yeah, we need to add mud. Okay, so the first room needs to have mud in it because it's supposed to be a muddy bank of the river. Dwarven Bridge. This seems to be a place where the water settles. We can use a whole lot more sand beach options here. Also, it might be the most cave-like of any of the levels in this whole module, so perhaps we should link the looks to those of the sinkhole. Yeah. That would probably mean just putting in the white stuff to try to do some lichen, you know. We want to do something with the western side of the cave. Make the lake bigger. That's it. So let's just start it on the beach. Okay then. So this, the first time around, is supposed to be a muddy beach. And we didn't have mud when I made this the first time. Start there. Stop fucking skipping. So, I have a problem with YouTube music. Right? So, it's fucking music. But unfortunately, along with my music, I get like this ultra HD, super high quality video that I don't fucking need. I don't need it. I don't need a video with my music. It kills my bandwidth. It like I miss Google Play Music so much. So fucking much. I don't need this huge goddamn blah 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 blah. Anyways, that's my gripe with YouTube Music, is that it's got videos and shit that happen to be like crazy HD quality binaural beats, not weird ass shit, because I think it's actually really cool. But I don't need it because there are times when I'm listening to music and I'm on another monitor, and the way that your computer decides to prioritize processing usually depends on which window has focus. And okay, we're gonna do some of this noise here just to justify the fern right there. All this stuff. I think free Spotify Premium is my favorite benefit from Starbucks. What? Oh man, I used Google Play Music for years and years and years. And it worked really well with the Google Home thing. If you're like, you know, play Girls Just Want to Have Fun or whatever, like it fucking would. And it knew exactly what you're talking about, right? Well, ever since they shifted to YouTube, it is like totally unusable. If you ask it to play, you know, play official, I don't know, like Frozen soundtrack. Actually, no, what was the one that it's always in Portuguese? I can't remember. But basically, there's so much garbage on YouTube that when you ask it to play any particular song, there's like 35 variants that it's convinced are the official ones, and they always have titles like playing Let It Go theatrical version 1400 like 144 hertz super HD for sleep relaxation and blah 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 blah. But like, you know, these YouTube videos with super long titles, and it's like a song, and it's not the one you want. And so halfway through it, you're trying to tell it to shut the hell up, that it's not the one you want, but it's still reading the title of the video. Man, I'm in a bitchy mood. Super fucking bitchy mood. Hey, nerdy drunken monkey goblins, let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer them. So what do I want to do here? I have lots more options now. Oh, I like that shadow. I like the shadow of that. So this can be much more beach-like. I could have some height difference here. I could have it go from low to high. Where's our water going to be? I forget. I think water's like around here. I'm gonna have this ramp up from down here to up there. So on the edge, I'm gonna be using dirt, like piled up dirt, I think. But on the flat portions, I'm gonna be using like actual like mud. Because we can do this now. This is old mud. I need new mud. Get out of here, old mud. Yeah, those are fine. Dirt. Really? I could probably use a 2x2 here. I should be fine to use a 2x2 cave floor. that. I think. Okay. Something like that, I think. What would the edge look like right here? I mean, probably some boulders. But I like the sloping shape here. I'm just not sure about the mud along the bottom, and I kind of wanted to do some weird mud like here, but I just don't think it works. I think. You know, we're gonna have mud kind of like here at an angle, then down. But there needs to be something to hem it in, right? I like the idea of it actually going underneath right there. Like having like a little cave kind of thing. That. Okay. And I'll put some rocks along here. I don't like how straight it is. I think I might go ahead and place. Can I do any like castle ruins in here? There we go. I'll break it up. What about dungeon? Use ore vertical stuff? Oh dude, like, oh. Well I want this to go like from down where the water is to come up. But thank you. I'm not 100% sure what you mean, but thank you. I mean, I understand what like use of vertical space is, but that's what's wild about TaleSpire is you fucking can't. There is vertical space at all. That's what makes combat, I think, a lot of fun in TaleSpire is you can have people flying around and in a way that you just can't do it. But I want that to be a curve. Well, you did use it, Mr. Azurkun. You used it in your that building that has like you have some rooms in your building that are multiple floors, like one room that's like several floors tall. I just want to cover up that you can see through down there. And I'm gonna put a bunch of rocks in here. I don't think I just want to spam it with mud. I'm tempted to try it and see what it looks like. Pretty sure it's gonna look like shit though. What if I just do this? I think this is kind of close enough. I need to clip mud in here though, where it'll have a seam. It's not organic enough. What if I didn't do the tiles and I just did the cave top, or the cave, like a cave wall instead? Because it seems too straight. What if I do that instead? And then just use mud to seal it off. That's much better. Much better. So I'm gonna do that for each of these, rather than use the tiles there. I could actually use the curved ones. Maybe. If I use the curved ones, I want it to be weird. I want it to be like, you know, like that. Or something, and then have it go like a weird way. And then have it come back around. This is all going to be underwater, by the way, and I have no idea where my hide volumes are. I don't think there are any hide volumes actually. This is where they enter. Should be. I was watching TaleSpire stream last night, and boy, TaleSpire Discord mod was also watching, and they were like, "Rah rah rah! You're not allowed to show mods on stream or show our code." Now I'm feeling a tad vindictive to start streaming me modding TaleSpire. What? You're not allowed to show mods on stream? Well, they should reach out to me and tell me not to, because I'm about to make some YouTube videos about how to do it. I'm gonna reach out to the devs if I get anything. Like, I'm surprised that I haven't got anybody's attention yet. Because modding's here. Modding is not the genie's out of the fucking bottle, right? So you can either embrace it or you can become what you hate. Really. Put another streamer as well who's actually modding TaleSpire. I love his stuff is private though, not open source. Yeah. I think it's good to mix and match, right? Oh, the TaleSpire mods do not. They get a little rabid about it. Their heart's in the right place, but I just want to make sure. I want to make sure that the opinions being expressed by the mods, are they opinions? Or is it actual, like, writ? You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, basically. Is this a slap on the wrist, hey, stop that? Or is this like a, we're going to ban you from being able to play TaleSpire? Because if you're not going to ban me, then leave me alone. Right? Like, just, what are you doing? Why not have an approach that's like, hey, please be careful? You know? Why not have an approach that's like, you know, oh, awesome, you're modding. Hey, can you please keep this stuff in mind? It'll make our lives easier. You know, or like find a happy medium, like work together on it. Because just trying to shut it down, not, that's just, it seems like against the spirit of Bouncy Rock. They're probably self-imposed opinions, as I can't see anywhere that says they can't, but they don't have any modding topics areas. They do, but even in their modding channel, you're not allowed to like talk about modding. You're not allowed to show modding. It's really fucking weird, man. It's really fucking weird. They need, and it's, the time's come. Like I don't think that they can push off the decision or like the public statement. For very much longer. Like, I mean, mods are here. Are you cool with them or not? If you're not cool with them, okay, well then we need to take steps with that. If you are cool with them, well then we need to take steps with that. Like, the time has come. The genie's out of the bottle. So, yeah. Hey, Eggplant of Time, how are things? We're working on the Black Lake now. I'm making this a little more beachy down here. Just like a touch more beachy. This lighting's not quite right. Oh, lighting's totally fucking tear bad. Oh. Now that I've kind of done some of this, I'm less a fan of the bricks right there. I'm actually more a fan of not having tiles at all and having it be the raw walls right there. They just give it a much better sense of like it being kind of jagged. Oops. Ooh, I like that change. It'd be cool. Well, not it'd be cool. It'd be interesting if they banned me, though. Thanks, Eggplant of Time. Right. Right. The thing is, as long as the modding doesn't cause them more work, they shouldn't give a fuck. Right? If that's, let's focus on what the actual concerns are and not hypotheticals. Right? The actual concern is that people are going to mod something and it's going to break something. Okay, what can we do to protect against that? Right? You know, what can we collectively agree upon? Or, yeah, basically. Yes, and that's the thing is where I think I think you are a considerate modder, whereas some people might not be a considerate modder. Like the discussions around like using their photon network and stuff, where it costs them bandwidth, that's a very real thing, and that's something that should be respected by the modding community. And it would be shitty if they didn't. So that should be a thing. Like a rule could be, don't use their fucking photon network, please. And you know, leave it at that. And then, you know, how can they protect themselves from modders in that way? But yeah, the first video that I make that's like, hey, you want to mod TaleSpire? Here's how you do it. I'm like, they will have to talk to me. One way or the other. Because that is coming. Like, that's like in weeks kind of thing. I meant to do it last week, but I really drug my feet on finishing off the foundry. I was getting burned the fuck out. Okay, so this is looking more beachy now. And I kind of don't want this to be as black and white as it is. Maybe I'll put this here. A little better. Okay. And what about all this shit up here? Should it be mud ramps? Should it be... You know, honestly, I'm liking... This is weird, but I'm liking this cave wall top right here. Now that I can fill in the gaps with mud, like, legit. It used to be that I had to put a tile in here to fill in these gaps, but now that I don't have to, I could leave this whole fucking wall, this cave edge looking stuff here, where it is, actually I can put that stuff back, where it's at an angle. I think it looks really interesting. Oops, makes a hole down there. Oh, they both made a hole down there. Yeah, but now that I can fill in the gap with mud, oh, it's a whole different... It's totally different. I don't have to have any of these edges anymore. I can just use cave wall top. That's fucking cool. I don't know if you all can, like, can you tell the difference between this? Like, or maybe you won't be able to until I get the walls in there. This is all old mud, so I need to use the new mud assets. But even that right there, I can just use all mud. Good luck with the please don't use our photon network, because they can't actually stop it, but I'm all for being considerate with it. Yeah. I imagine there's also an aspect where, say you develop a mod that adds a feature that they plan to eventually sell. That's a good thing though, Eggplant Have Time. Like we want, so here's the thing. There's gonna be no end to mods. There's gonna be no end to them. As soon as one mod gets folded into TaleSpire, another one will come out. Right? And I think a good dynamic would be that you create these mods, you have a Patreon, you lock the mods behind the Patreon, probably, and yeah, as soon as they get rolled in, you just, there you go. It's TaleSpire's problem now, right? Like, TaleSpire's now the one that needs to update those features. But here's the thing. The Agile methodology is all about, like, when the feature goes live, that's the beginning. Once the feature goes live, Then you gather feedback from the community and you constantly iterate on it. I don't think Bouncy Rock is going to be very fast at iterating on stuff. So even if they do like roll a feature in to their software, I would bet that if HoloFox left his mod running, that he could still make it better and add more features to it faster than Bouncy Rock could. Because Bouncy Rock's busy with the fucking like physics engine and shit, man. Bouncy Rock's busy with stuff that modders can't really fuck around with, like core mechanics and things. But I mean, best case scenario for Bouncy Rock is that HoloFox develops a mod and they just need to not break it and they don't have to do it. You know, basically HoloFox implemented a feature for them. More people are going to buy TaleSpire because this mod exists. They should just thank him. Thank him and move on. Right? This looks so much better. Look at that. Oh, it looks so much better. It's easy to get defensive about this kind of thing. Right? But, so for example, in my work, there's a project that's like a grant project that the development team would really like to work on. It's interesting. It's an interesting project. It's kind of easy, right? The team wants to work on it, but we've vendored it out because it's easy and anybody could do it. But there are things that the team can work on that a contractor cannot. You know, like our core apps and our core infrastructure. We can't just hire a vendor to do that. So we can hire a vendor to do a little bit of C# stuff, to like work on a little Angular app for us. And the team is very much like they're some team members are very disappointed and some are more frustrated or angry. But then they have to agree, like, well, you know, if they did work on it, then, you know, then they'd have to fucking maintain it too. You know? But it takes a little bit of a shift in mindset, I think. Man, I think this is going to work out. I think it will. Ah, it's looking pretty good. I might put a cave stalactite right there. There we go. Like, people still play modded GTA Sky. Oh, dude, yes. I love modded Skyrim. New Vegas. Modded New Vegas was, oh, so fucking good. Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome. I'm Demon Gun. This is TaleSpire. And we're working on the Black Lake Forge of Fury, the Black Lake. This room is supposed to be kind of a muddy, beachy situation, and now that we have all kinds of new tiles, I'm just rearranging it. And what was really nice is that it was very square before, because I did these cave walls, and then along with the cave walls, I had cave floor kind of clipped in like that, but it made it very square. And I had to do that because there were gaps. There's like these little gaps between these, you know, this little wall. There's little gaps. If you have your token, it's going to look weird. But now that I can place mud wherever I want, I can fill in those little gaps. And so we have kind of these little gradual slopes here now. And I don't think these... Actually, I can kind of cover up the top. But they almost squared off too much. Like if I were to put this here now, you can just like see where there's like this line. That's no good. So I gotta pick my battles where I place these now. I do want some of them to cover up the top of some of these walls, because that's the only problem, is that the top of these walls are very like these little light brown or tan circles. Too many tan circles. Too many tan circles. So I gotta figure out how to hide them a little bit. Normally I would put brush. They're not brush. I would do bush a lot. Do a lot of bushes. But I think I want to go more of the rock route. Which, if we go nature, rock, we should have some good stuff in here. Actually, debris. Debris has better stuff. Tiny rock. So tiny black rock, I kind of want to do along the edge right here. Let me try the debris. I might be able to do some mushroom in there. Like really, I want to cover up that white stuff. I should also keep in mind this isn't how it's going to look. When they get here, it should look like moonlight, a little bit of enchanted with a token. This guy's too big. Dragon folk. So it'll look like this. You can hardly even tell that that it ascends right there. It's hard to tell that there's a different elevation there. How do I emphasize that? Without, I mean, if I did a crystal up here, but I like the idea of them coming down here and it just being fucking dark. Like, I don't have any sandy debris. There's like rock, there's like brick pile. That doesn't seem quite right. It's supposed to be the most cavern-like. So I could swap out, for example, this big rock with the big white rock. With it kind of looking like lichen. Is the hope. So we swap out the bushes for mushroom forest instead. We do mushrooms. I don't know where that just went. Boop, 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 boop. Actually, I could do rows of mushrooms along each of the. Like that. I'm tempted to put a light in. I really am. What's the floor right there? All this mud kind of blends together. I guess that's one drawback of it. It's all fucking brown. I could clip in swamp, snow roots tree. Oh wait, no, it's a tile. Tile swamp. Oh, they put it in nature. Okay. No, that was a thought. Bop, bop, bop. Okay. I wish I had some of that green that I could just drop in here. I mean, I could just do nature bush. I mean, I think it's okay. I'm starting to get the impression that less is more here. Like, don't go too crazy. That might be a good candidate for, come on, these guys right here. It's really hard to see. And actually, it makes it easier on me with the darker light, because It makes it very clear that they're not going to be able to fucking see any of this detail right here. So what do I just need? Leave that. The hell? Fuck, what the fuck? What the hell? Oh, it's that's it. Okay. That can probably all go away. Clip in a second set of these. Actually, let's do New Fern for that. Where's my ferns? Anybody have big plans for this week? I'm really hoping once I get my laptop from my work, and so instead of getting a replacement PC this year, I asked for a laptop instead. I'm hoping that we can go visit some family, and I can do a little bit of remote work. That would be pretty nice. Mushrooms. You guys. Study and look for a new job. Oh, brutal. So your contract came to an end, and that was just like it. They're like, thanks a lot, Hollow. Get out of here. Do you normally do